Hello, I'm Matt Kibler, Assistant Sports Information Director at Tiffin University, and this is the 2017 GLIAC preview of Tiffin University baseball. Joined now by Head Coach Joe Wilkins. Coach, how are you?
Great. Ready to get this season started, and we've been inside for a while now, and February 17th.
A little bit of cabin fever setting in.
A little bit. This happens this time of year. We just got to stay creative in what we do, keep the practices fresh, but make sure we're covering fundamentals and things like that. So that's the challenge.
Like Coach said, February 17th, they get started against Kentucky Wesleyan. Coach, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk a little bit about the returners you have. You seem like you have a pretty deep group, both in the bullpen, the starting staff, and in the field as well.
Yeah, Kyle Montel kind of headlines our staff this year. His competitive nature is unmatched, and Luke Fraley has been a staple in our starting rotation for a couple years, and or earned his way into that, and he's a guy that we're looking to be in that rotation. We've got a couple other guys. I mean, Ricky Krieger is a newcomer, but he's kind of getting back into the swing of things, and he's a high-level talent, arm talent. So Kevin Borst, bullpen-wise, I mean, he can go either way, but might start off in the bullpen early. He might work himself into the starting role. Brady Ward's kind of that guy that's kind of back and forth between those two roles. Could do either. Just depends. There's so many names that it's tough from a pitching standpoint to really just talk about one guy. I mean, I started listing some guys, and I mean, Chad Phoenix, Michael Boswell's a freshman. Phoenix is a transfer from Dayton. If he's throwing strikes, he's almost unhittable with his fastball because it's got a little cut action. Mike Boswell's a talented freshman. We got some guys, Mike Hazelhurst, Nate Brunty, Max Dakin's a freshman. Just name after name, and it's tough because I'm going to leave some guys out, but hey, that's kind of how it works, and we only have so many minutes.
So many minutes,
yeah,
exactly.
right.
But it's nice to have that flexibility. I heard you talk a lot about guys that could be bullpen guys or starters.
Yeah.
That's got to make your job a lot easier.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, just for instance, Max Dakin, he's a freshman. He's unassuming. He's like an 81 to 84 guy, but he can spot the ball. And if you can throw strikes in this conference, keep your guys in the game on the defensive side, keep the game moving, you might be valuable to stretch out your innings. So.
Yeah. And we move into that newcomer area. When you went on the recruiting trail, you had to replace some guys that were common names here for a long time. Nick Uniburn and Garrett Verneau were two of the main fielders I think about. But you also had to replace some pitchers. When you went on the recruiting trail, what was your main focus in the offseason?
Well, moving to the offensive side, talking about Nick, talking about Garrett, our first priority actually was getting outfielders and getting bats. So we did both of those things. We shored up some things. Mitch Anderson is going to probably start in center field. Left field, we've got Devin Fisk is probably going to start at the beginning of the season. He's just looking so much better. Obviously, Devin's a returner, but he's gotten better. Kurt Barbeau is a staple in right field all last year. So, but we had, beyond those guys, beyond the returners, we had to get some depth. Jay Smith's probably going to start at the DH position. He's an outfielder. Luke Bruss we brought in from Monroe Community College. Luke Albers he's a freshman, and he's a guy that every time he swings the bat, he hits the ball hard. He swings at the right pitches. Nick Wetnall is a state champion, both high school and American Legion from Pickerington North. He's a guy that's kind of a fifth outfielder right now, Luke Albers being that fourth outfielder. But we've got some depth in the outfield. That was a big thing. And then, third base, Alec McCurry's going to take over for Uniberg. But, Alec's bat isn't going to necessarily replace Nick's bat, but we've got other bats in the outfield to kind of smooth out the lineup and supplement in that way. Braden Callahan has been looking good at second base. Kyle Lento's a veteran at second base. So there's some depth there. Isaac Perry's going to start at shortstop, but we also got John Heckman, who's another year older. And we don't skip too many beats when guys either go down for a little bit or whatever. Ryan Davis at first base is a sophomore. He pounds the ball, and Ryan Thomas is a redshirt junior, and he moved from catcher to first base. So there's some depth there now. We got some depth. That's the biggest thing, and that's what you need when you're going to replace a bat like Uniberg or a guy in center field like Verneau. You got to provide depth because you're not going to go man for man on that replacement.
Well, it all gets started February 17th. We said it before, against Kentucky Wesleyan. The GLIAC gets started in March 18th. Will be the first home game for the Dragons in the conference. It's a doubleheader, and then on the 19th they'll follow it up with a doubleheader. GLIAC tough as always, Coach. We're looking forward to it. We wish you nothing but the best, and let's get it going. It's hard to believe it's here, but I'm sure you can't be happier that it's here.
Oh no, and I mentioned our catchers, the guys behind the plate. Fernando Nieto and Kyle Durham, those guys are going to be just everyday guys going back and forth, and those guys are great. But yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we're excited to see where things go. We're cautiously optimistic. We'll wait towards that optimistic because we're pretty talented. I like our team.
Depth, that's the word to use the most. We can't wait to see it ourselves. This has been your 2017 GLIAC preview of Tiffin University Baseball.